other issues going on here, but yep, what's going on? It's Thomas again, on stream and on light. Anybody that's on chat will just do chat view, but the problem matter is this is 15. Nope, this is wrong. I gotta do it again. Yep, nope, this is even wrong too. Oh, right, here we go. Finally saved it, but hey, I thought I almost bleeped it up, but hey. Reaction day, reaction night, reaction rant night, or even reaction rant day. I'm going to eat some snack after like a 10 o'clock, but 10 or 10:30. But my only thing to have to do today is just do this reaction and just get through with it. But there is something to react to that is like saying, yeah, there is a reason for me to do it, because not everybody has, even if everybody has talked about it at some point, but not everybody is of the realization of, yeah, this is a reason for it and this is happening. And it's really happening. Car answers questions. Shout out to him again. But I may have to have one more. I may have to do one more, and I'm not sure if it is likely at the end, the next one for the next hour or something like that. I'm not sure. Let me figure it out for a minute. Yeah, your boy Zach on comics isn't good anymore. Yeah, that's maybe that one to rant through. I don't, or caliber of the Memphis mass shooting on both of those. I may not care for those right now, but I may want to do the Memphis mass shooting as a major wake-up call for a good reason. But this is the one I'm just going to keep it real, and we are going to go for it, because I have a lot of things to say of what's going on in this economy, and a lot of reasons they think, oh, this is not what it is. This is not what it is. I think problem matter is, this is what happened. If you don't know, or if you know and you don't want to talk about it, guess what? You can talk about it. You can talk about it and say this is not what it is all you want. It is the truth. All you need to do is remember what happened, and your memory's gonna snap, and you'll be remembering it. But this is it. Do I blame Biden for what is happening with this car market at this point in time? Yes, but it's also not even the same way. It's also for Trump, and it's also the same way for Obama, because Obama basically at the end of his term set up to say, hey, this is the best economy, aka Democrats, and no one is in realization it was 0% interest rates back then, and that basically gave Trump the shine that he got, but it wasn't basically him. It was basically the former president of Obama before him, and then the pandemic is basically blamed on both Biden and Trump himself. But I may be wrong, but the evidence for me will decide what it is. So for one, it will be the car questions answered first, I guess, but we'll see about it. So let's do it.
Truck is $85,000. This truck is $90,000. And I'm a used car dealer, and here at these car auctions, we're seeing auto loan delinquencies and repossession.
Reason those prices are going up, and it's not just because people cannot deal with paying for it. And even if we can't deal with paying 80 grand for a truck or 120 grand on a truck that is basically pays for literally, in some cases, East Natchitoches to live there. It is not that. It is not for that price. And the point of the matter is, a lot of it is like a base of where they are at in that time. But I look at Natchitoches right now, and it's almost to the line of it. I have a friend of mine that we went to Natchitoches Central. We went to high school together when it came to that. When it comes to each other, and then we started to notice it. And yeah, he's a car salesman. So if Jeremy Flint want to comment and debunk what car questions answer have to say, you can go ahead as well. I shout out to you, because go ahead and do so. and I'm also trying to say there's reasons for how it is, where it is, because not everything that is going on in Louisiana or even the country as a whole at the moment is literally 50-50 or 100-100. It's a complicated, hot mess that is basically to say, hey, I'm a libertarian for this reason.
Tens of millions of Americans are opting out of car ownership, giving the keys back to the lender. They can no longer afford these payments.
Americans now falling behind on their...
And that's even the craziest part. Overdue on car payments, highest level in 30 years.
car payments.
The average monthly payment for a new vehicle right now is $750.
Oh, no.
Yep. And not a single car maker in the United States knows the real trend. The real trend is not these trucks and not these cars that are on the lot right now. The real trend is the K car that is literally literally just taking cars and have them imported to the States, because they're taking K cars and K trucks to Japan. Yes, in the case of way before the fame, shout out to you, brother. That is you are the reason why it's starting to be that such, and I back you, because there's a reason for those that are coming up. You have the K Truck Appreciation Society on Instagram that basically at this point have basically in Texas made Texas basically legalize K trucks and make it legal on the road. Gas prices are likely going to go up, and they are for a good reason. So it's going to be for that reason. Snapchat, I'll deal with Snapchat when I'm done.
No. $47,000 for this little unit.
Where are they going to put them?
$47,000, I'll tell you why. Markups.
Where? There's nowhere. No empty spaces. It is full.
It is full to the brim, and even if it is full to the brim, they even put it even on lots, even all the way to the back or all the way to another section, because people cannot buy them. They cannot afford it for that reason.
Full to the brim.
And look, $85,000. That's getting
$85,000 for a reason. Markups.
out of hand.
And the consumer right now, with everything costing so much, they are not able to keep up with their payments. So what happens?
And not even everything that is going up. For those who are gamers like me, this generation of games meant absolutely BS. It means nothing. It is a hot. It is $70, 70 to like close to $100. Just, and I'm saying this again, $70 to $100 for even their different packs that they have or higher, just but even $70 just for a game, and then higher as they have a new packaging tier or whatever they got. People are looking at indie games and they say they are better, and they're not just cheaper, they're actually better, and they're less, and it's not even just bloat and BS. It is indie games are getting more and more popular because they are listening to their fans, people that are listening to gamers the most.
They lose their cars.
These are the places that you're not going to hear about on the mainstream media, but are just
Yep, it is. And guess what? Exclusively on YouTube, folks.
completely going out of business, and by default, those people lose their jobs.
And if you're wanting to buy one of these big SUVs or nice trucks
Pause right now. Let me rewind it back. Ooh, yes, we bring it back.
or a new vehicle right now is $750.
Oh, no. $47,000 for this little unit.
Where are they going to put them? Where? There's nowhere. No empty spaces. It is full to the brim.
And look, $85,000. That's getting out of hand.
And the consumer right now, with everything costing so much, they are not able to keep up with their payments. So what happens? They lose their cars.
These are the places that you're not going to hear about on the mainstream media, but are just completely going out of business, and by default, those people lose their jobs.
And if you're wanting to buy...
Guess what? For those that are on Facebook and you're on my page and it's from Natchitoches, I know how it is. You have a restaurant that is beloved in Front Street, close to Front Street, getting closer to the sports museum, that is from Front Street to get to the sports museum, that restaurant right now closed, out of business. Even before that, Country Lanes went out of business. You have also, for another case, it's like, yeah, I'm watching for GameStop as well. And I'm gonna tell you this, I don't think, when it comes to physical gaming, I don't even think they could do anything to keep GameStop at this point, because right now they're last time I went, it is just when I bought a game there at one point, the only customer at that time was me and an employee that is the cashier of that at that time. That was it. I'm waiting for something to go back to be done. There's another restaurant that went out of business too. So yes, they are, and he's right. Lose jobs by default.
One of these big SUVs or nice trucks right now, it's not going to be anywhere close to $750 a month. You're going to have to pay way more than that.
$118,000, folks. 118 grand. Wow.
118 grand, all for markups and everything else. This is a YouTube thing that the mainstream media, even if they think they know what it is, they are not knowing of what is really going on, and it is not good.
No words. Clearly, the market is broken.
This truck right here is $96,000. So check this out. This is a full row of $80,000 and $90,000 F-150s.
That is getting out of hand.
There are so many auto loan delinquencies in the system right now that they're not.
Yep. And it's also similar. It's also all over the place, because you're going to see more of it. I don't think you're going to see more of it in negatives right now, but when you're having CNBC, or in some cases the 5:30 news of CBS, ABC, or NBC talk about it, something is wrong here. It shouldn't take a YouTuber to say, this is what's happening, look at this. Nobody in our country, even in Louisiana and Texas, are going to tell you that, hey, there's a reason that the Texas government is seeing, you're looking at 5 states that are banning them as we speak. But the only two that I notice of right now is Louisiana and Texas, and they're realizing, hey, and for Louisiana, it has been lost since 2008, and Texas is just joining Louisiana. And it's for a reason, folks.
Enough tow truck drivers to service all of these lending institutions to get their cars back. And repossessed cars are the worst of the worst. They're dirty. They're nasty. They have parts falling off of them, because the consumer knows if they're going to lose their car, why take care of it?
And I personally think we're going to walk into the biggest auto loan and auto market crisis we've ever before seen.
The other big thing I'm noticing at the moment.
Even the craziest part, the trend is really the trend. The real trend for those that are JDM minded like myself, and I am a fan of those cars, is right now it is K cars and K trucks are going to this country. They are going in this country for a good reason. They are easy to maintain. Even if the shipping is higher at the moment, they're cheaper to ship on that time. It is much. Hold on, it's my mom. Hold on.
Yeah, I got it already on my calendar.
But yeah, it is literally at this point, the shipping parts, the shipping to literally bring the trucks or K cars or K trucks over, it is cheaper. It is cheaper right now, even though it's literally gone to like $1,200 or more in the past few years, because yes, it is the trend. It is a trend, and it is popular right now. And I mean, even if it's not all 50 states, it is enough to say, yeah, this is what it is. It is the main popularity. It is the one that is literally most of it is on the internet the most, and even the past 4 years. Gasoline prices is going up. Everything is going up at this point, and it is for that reason. Even though it's for the K cars, it's not a trend. It is what I'm seeing on the internet, and I'm also trying to see if I can get one. And nobody's talking about crypto right now, because I'll tell you why. Yes, they're dropping, but guess what? every time that something is going on like this, that is a crash of wherever, guess who's, or crash or a massive drop in the stock market or anything else, guess who's gonna step up? It is cryptocurrency. And I think I can also say United Echelon or Upper Echelon, shout out to you, bro. And I think I can say this. Not all of the cryptocurrencies is fraud, but there are very few that are not. The rest of it is, hey, it is either a work in progress or whatever, or everything else is a scam. But there are very few that is a very good use. So, and I think the only one I know that is a very good use is Bitcoin, and that is it.
Is just seeing big dealerships disappearing. As soon as the values of cars came down, there just isn't the money left there anymore, and they're all defaulting and having to go through a bankruptcy.
So prices are so high that consumers are having to push out their loans to 72, 84 months to even be able to afford any of these vehicles.
But look, this is a Wrangler 4-door Sport 4x4, $66,000.
$66,000 because they marked up every last bit of that truck. Not just from the dealers. It is from these car makers. 5 states in our country are banning K cars and K trucks because, quote, they are not safe. Sorry to tell you this, y'all. There's a reason they are doing that. It is the car makers and basically the car makers that are being paid off. They're saying ban those right now so people can buy those, to buy the cars that we have. I don't think it's gonna work I don't think it's gonna work in any capacity. We the people are saying, I'm not buying these cars that cost similar to the houses that I'm seeing in Natchitoches and everywhere else right now.
That's absolutely lunacy. Clearly the whole Canadian market is upside down. Vehicles are not selling. There's way too much inventory.
Ford Mavericks that you couldn't find anywhere. Look behind me. There are 9 of them sitting here for sale. Dealerships, even the Ford Maverick, stuff that was so hot that you couldn't find anywhere, is still, right now, sitting on dealership lots, not selling.
In 2022,
Dealership rot. I mean, car rot.
CNBC reported that inflation was costing the average family $433 a month. Then, the next year, $709 a month. Now, they're saying it's $11,000 a year, almost $1,000 a month.
And it's no wonder why the American consumer is having such a hard time right now. The average American doesn't have $500 in their savings account for an emergency. So it's so bad.
Shout out, I can understand it, but it's even the point of it. And it's 254 likes, and I even added a like to it. We are not broke. We are simply sick of car corporations screwing us over, overcharging us for poorly made products, and continually raising prices to gouge us. Perfect way to start it.
Right now, even the most affordable vehicles on these dealership lots have to be marked down because people can't afford them. See right here, this says now they're selling it for 30 grand, and they still can't move these things. And even though I have $2,500, $3,000, and $3,500 cars sitting on my lot, we are still slow. 2 months ago, we would have been incredibly busy with those kind of prices, but we're seeing that the demand from the consumer is drying up. Even for $3,500 cars, people cannot afford to buy them right now. So right here, here's how we know.
Or he was doing a good economy. The first 2 years of Trump was mostly Obama's economy with 0% interest rates. That he would try to take over for the first 2 years and say it was good. It wasn't. It wasn't his. It was actually Obama's economy with 0% interest rates. They were for right now. Not on Biden. Even for Biden. The only reason it was horribly wrong is because of Trump in the first 2 years. Because guess what? They were giving 2,500 stimulus checks, but the promise of, hey, you will get $2,500 at the end was a lie. They gave you $2,000 plus a $500 $2,000 and plus $2,000 plus $500 stimmies to literally keep it up. It is not the full $2,500. And now both parties both parties are having a major crisis of it all, because you even have a third party candidate, RFK, that is likely they are on YouTube and they are calling them out for what they are, and there's also even social media. And then the same line for Biden is every single person of literally Kennedy's family is thinking, hey, we support Biden, not our flesh and blood. The problem is simple. They are about to be exposed on either side of the aisle. I think both parties are as asleep as they are. Well, even, for Democrats in 2016, everybody else, they were asleep in realization that Trump will win. I may be wrong at the end of the day, and even if I'm wrong, thank God I'm wrong. But both parties and the mainstream media are going to be in for a rude awakening and a wake-up call, because they're seeing both parties for what they are, and also the media, and I got another reaction. I'll just react to Clownfish TV with Hollywood should be scared of YouTube and not Netflix. That is even a bigger one for me.
This Ford Explorer, the MSRP is $46,000. But now they have it discounted, advertised, they have it discounted for $39,000. This has not happened in the last 3 years, where a dealership is actually advertising under MSRP on their lot. This hasn't been happening. You know it's bad when these dealerships are coming out and advertising under MSRP.
Look at these vehicles.
And that's the thing. They had to, but at the end, they're not falling for it, because they don't have the money to get it, and they had to do it under MSRP, but it's still, they cannot get it off the lots.
Diesels, you got dualies, regular cabs with single rear wheels, and look, let's take a quick look and get an idea. $118,000.
Think about this. You have Tesla cutting prices. I mean, you can buy a Tesla Model 3 now for under 20 grand. Under $20,000. There's hundreds of them available.
Under 20 grand. In the same line, I tell Dory, and I try to tell y'all, our infrastructure isn't, even if it is battery powered for literally that, the one that is supposed to be made for Teslas and every other EV is mostly have the chargers in their homes. There is basically not good of an infrastructure to do so. And even if they do, it is not even close to ready to get, even if it's through 2030, it's gonna be a long while to get there, because but the good news for that is the infrastructure grade is now a C. Ain't even close to an A yet.
They're cutting prices. They're trying to offload this inventory.
And now, as a used car dealer, we are also struggling, because what we have is decreased inventory coming to these auctions, because the new car, the less they're able to buy from new car dealers, the fewer trade-ins they're able to get to these new car dealers, the fewer vehicles they're actually able to get to me to bid on at these auctions.
Car owners are trying to get rid of these cars. Dealers and lenders trying to get rid of these cars. How many people are looking to buy a car today with a 14% interest rate? Buying a $47,000 car with a 14% interest rate, looking at about $1,000 a month. Plus car insurance and gas, $1,500 a month. It's not going to happen. Not for the average person.
And it's not just the consumers and these car dealers that are getting hurt. These auction companies are getting hurt too. See this whole line right here? It is empty. It's empty because these new car dealers are not able to sell vehicles. They're not able to get these trade-ins. So this auction can't run what they normally run. This row is typically filled with cars, with trade-ins, and they're not here. So these auction companies are also suffering right now.
What's shocking, though, is 2007, 2008, everyone remembers the great financial crisis is that
Lehman Brothers, man. 2007, 2008. 2007 was my graduating year, the year that I graduated from high school. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? We'll be right back. Well, not right back. We got you this. This is it. And the class reunion for me was like when I was diagnosed as a diabetic, but here it is. 2007, and this is it. This is literally it. My graduating class is 17 years ago to the day. and I think 2024 is 17, 2025 is 18, 2026 is 19, and I believe 2024 is 2025 is 18, 2026 is 19, 2027 is like 20 years, so 2027 will be basically the 20-year graduating class reunion, which I can tell you right now, I don't think we're gonna do it, and I don't think we have a soulless mind to do it, because we only did it for 10 years just to say we did it, and that's gonna be about it. That is it.
29 like event, average used car was about $8,000. Average used car is about $8,000. Now you're looking at 4 times that amount. The average home back then was $246,000. The average home today is about $420,000. Food prices have tripled. Everything has gotten out of control. Yet real wages.
And yet there are very few cities and there are very few places right now that the cost of living is actually cheaper. Natchitoches, Louisiana. Anybody that want to live in Louisiana, I recommend to live in Natchitoches right now. The cost of living is cheap. You have actually, as of like 2 years ago, or they said it for the past 2 years school year or whatever, that they are the best school, they're the best parish in the district, in most cases even of the state. Not most cases, best district in the best parish in the district, I can say, of the state. Sadly, not sadly, as the